Welcome back, Kansas City Royals fans. It's June 8th, 2022. Your Royals are in first place somehow. Run differential is only +8, but we are playing 582 ball, 32 and 23. We're 24 and 5 at home. We started 16 and 0 at home. We've had a few injuries. Nicky Lopez missed a significant amount of time, I think like 6 weeks with an injury. He's back now. But then Daniel Lynch made his way up to the Major League Club Force, but then sprained his ankle. Benintendi has been out so it's June 8th. He's been out since May 18th. He wasn't having a great year, but was still a fairly important part of our team in the hopes that he'd come around. Then the big one is Michael Taylor because, he's our center fielder, and he was having actually a pretty decent season at the plate too for being a Gold Glove caliber defender. He put up 1 win in 32 games. He went out on the 18th, the same day as Benintendi. He's out for another 2 to 3 months. That led to some shuffling. I had to find somebody. My next best option on my team was Kyle Isbell's 60 outfield range, which obviously wasn't going to cut it. So get into that in a minute. In terms of where we are in center field, we went 14-7 in April, 15-13 in May. We're 3-3 so far in June. 10th in runs scored, 6th in runs allowed. Our defense is not great, but missing Nicky Lopez at short had something to do with that, I think. So let's look at the OPS wise. So Brent Rooker, we just claimed off of waivers. He's played 2 games for us, and he went yard in the second game. Our offense was struggling, and that was before we lost Benintendi. I think we were kind of already like a bat short. Maybe we should have had Carlos Santana in there or something, who we traded. But with this kind of home run power and a fly ball hitter, I think he's worth taking a risk on. He's going to play some first base and DH for us, basically. At this point, he can also play some outfield if we need him to. Sal Perez, monster season, 158 OPS plus. He's saying, yeah, I dare you to trade me. Then we claimed Anthony Alford off of waivers from Pittsburgh just 2 days ago, the same day we claimed Rooker. He's had 2 great games for us, but that 70 outfield range is why he's here. A lot of swing and miss in his game. Hopefully he can just kind of be a bridge until Taylor's back. Bobby Witt, 2 WAR, 121 OPS plus. Not open to a long-term extension. I offered him an 8-year deal with I think a 15 million AAV, and this is a pre-arb player. He's still got another year at the league minimum, so he said no. We did call up MJ Melendez, who is playing 50 or 60% of the games right now. He's playing every 4th day of DH, every 5th day at catcher, and he's been really good so far with the 121 WRC plus. Vinny Pasquantino got off to a scorching hot start. He's cooled off a bit, still at the 103 WRC plus, on pace for 32 bombs. Whit Merrifield, we'd really like to see more out of, just below league average with the bat, on pace for just 0.5 WAR. Dylan Moore got off to a hot start, but has cooled off. Ivan Castillo is kind of like our utility infielder. Moore is now playing left field every day with Benintendi out. Isbell hasn't been great. Mondesi and Lopez, we really need those guys to get going. They could both be good offensive players. Zach Granite is now our basically our 5th outfielder because of his range. We called him up. And let's see, pitching staff wise, let's sort by WAR. So you can see Singer, 3.02 ERA, 3.57 FIP, and 53 innings. He's been really good. Amir Garrett, Barlow, been good. Brad Keller with the 3.55 ERA, 4.77 FIP, solid. Greinke's gotten beaten around a bit in the last few games. Yeah, you can see 5 innings, 4 runs. I went 3 2/3, 5 runs, 3 1/3, 7 runs. So his ERA was well below 4, and now it's to 4.74. Other than that, not a lot to discuss here. Pitcher, we just called up Jackson Kowar to give him some time. I guess I should give him a role. So yeah, the rotation's been fine. It hasn't been great. It started really hot. Kyle Hendricks has cooled off a bit. He's got an ERA exactly league average at 4.19, a 100 ERA plus. So at this point, we're to the draft. And we have a decent pick. I think we're 8th or 9th? Draft order. We are 9th. We do have some money to spend. Oh, I did make a couple other smaller trades, I think, that I need to catch up on. Let's see, April. Um, I think I showed you guys this one. I got Zach Watson for 2 minor leaguers that I didn't really care that much about, and a little bit of cash. I got Watson because of 70 outfield range. This bat is definitely a concern with only the 35 contact according to my scout. OSA I think is a little higher on him. Oh, no, they're not actually. But he's out. He's out with a hip strain for 3 months, so great. Then we just made a trade with the White Sox. Basically traded 2 minor league relievers who were decent for a guy who was a starter and decent, but they really liked this guy, Colin Snyder, which I can see it. He's a major league reliever, and he's got the 35 stamina. I don't think his stuff is high enough to be a stopper. But he's a totally he's a good major league reliever probably. He was kind of like my 14th man, and the White Sox proposed a trade for him. So I found something that worked better for me, and I got $5.5 million in cash, which I needed. Let's see. May, we didn't do much except before we claimed Alford, we traded Cam Gallagher, who was an extra catcher for us once we called up Melendez, and Dayton Dooney, which is a great name. Looks like not a great prospect. But we got Victor Mesa because we wanted a guy with the 75 range. And he was actually up. He played 4 games, 7 plate appearances, hit .429. Had 3 hits, 3 singles, and 7 plate appearances. So yeah, that's kind of what we've done. Let's go to the first year player draft. We're picking 9th. Let's get this party started. I don't think I certainly don't think that Drew Jones or Tamar Johnson or Elijah Green is going to fall to us. Obviously, if they do, that's going to be interesting. Look at some of these demands, though, man. See, Green and Jones and Johnson all with 13 million. This is not realistic. They're not going to sign for that much over slot. But there are certainly some guys out there who I'd love to snag. Most of them being hitters. I don't see going pitcher here in the first round. So let's get on with it. Let's see who the Orioles take first overall. Make me proud, Baltimore. Auto draft for Baltimore. Let's see who they take. Tamar Johnson. That's a reasonable pick. Really good bat. Great contact and avoid Ks. Wish the range was a little higher if I'm the Orioles drafting him, but he can also. He's going to be able to play basically second and third ish, and then left and right field, first base. So basically, he just can't play up the middle of the field at short and center. Let's see who Arizona takes next. Elijah Green. That's not shocking. I'd imagine Drew Jones might go next to Texas. Yeah, Drew Jones. Okay, so the big 3 are off the board. Let's see who Pittsburgh takes. Rob Big Game Bob Moore. Oops. So Rob Big Game Bob Moore. I'm good with them taking him because I didn't really want to pick this guy. Cool. Thank you for taking him. Shortstop Cole Young to the Nats. That's an intriguing player for sure. All these tools basically average or above. Range okayish enough to play second base, not short, and could play in the outfield except for center. So let's see who Miami takes. Right fielder Chase DeLauter. Yeah, it's a pretty good bat, and he's pretty far developed there with like the power at least. By the way, the mock draft had us taking who? Catcher Malcolm Moore, who I'm not going to take. An earlier mock draft had us taking this guy, Cam Collier, who has not been taken yet. And let me tell you, I'd be pretty tempted to take this guy. 65 arm, can cover third base, and the already 45 power at 17. Now, the contact avoid case, a little concerning. But if he's still there, but I think the Cubs or the Twins are going to break my heart here and take him. Because I was kind of hoping that he would be there. All right, Cubs. Ooh, Dylan Lesko. A high school arm. Okay. Minnesota, you going to take my guy? No, they didn't. So they took Hunter Barco, who's a college arm. All right. So my scout has this guy rated even higher. Whoa, this guy's pretty good too. Low work ethic, though. Don't love that. Cam Collier. All right, so who's my scout think we should take? Gavin Turley. I'm with it. Like, you know, I love the range because maybe he can fake his way into a center field role, but this low work ethic, and I think he's less developed than Collier. Well, maybe not. Neither of them are really developed. Always curious and asking questions. I like that. And he wants way below slot, only 1.8 million. I don't know that I'm going to be too high on either of these catchers. Although this guy looks like he can play around. He's got good work ethic. No, he's not going to be great anywhere, but you know, he's not limited just to catcher. What about this guy? Yeah, pretty much limited just to catcher there. No, I don't like that guy better than Collier. Just look at some of my other filters here. This is the best contact hitter. I mean, I like this guy. I don't like him better than Collier, though. But I like him. Collier and then Ethan Petrie. Ooh, look at that guy. I like it. Any, like, stud out here with the glove? Ooh, look at this guy. Infield range. Nicholas Perez. Seems like a decent player. Yeah, man, I'm going to go with Cam Collier. Collier. Yeah, dude. Power bat. And yeah, we have Bobby Witt, but like, you don't worry about that at this point. You don't know what's going to happen. Don't know where Bobby Witt will be. Can Collier play the outfield? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally acceptable left and right fielder as well. Can probably play some second if you needed him to fake it. He's not going to pitch, but just a 30 stuff potential and only 2 pitches. But yeah, I don't draft for position, so it's fine either way. Cool. Let's see who Colorado takes right after us. Judson Fabian. Okay. All right, next pick. We'll do the first few picks here. All right, so is our boy Boyd still out there? No, it looks like he got taken. Oh, no, he is still there. Marion Boyd? Dude, I think this guy, poor work ethic. Damn. This avoid K in contact with the 65 range is nice. Who's this guy? Juan de la Cruz, the top contact bat, is still out there, which is surprising. And he's got high work ethic. Kind of like that guy. Oh, and that's who my scout recommends. And he only wants $80,000 for an almost $3 million slot. I think this is a slam dunk. Let's look at a couple of these other guys just to be sure. I mean, this is a good player. Yeah, I mean, you've got several like good bat prospects out there right now. So pretty happy with this draft. Ooh, Adrian Dominguez, I like that guy too. His defensive profile isn't great as an infielder. But yeah, Juan de la Cruz can play second. Can he play any outfield? Yeah, he can play corner outfield. Let's draft him. And he's another one that's way under slot, which is good because we didn't have a ton of money. I mean, we had enough basically for our slot, but if we can go under slot, that's even better. All right, so Marion Boyd has been taken. I see he's no longer out there. Just thinking here. Who's this guy? In the 80 range, the 35 contact, though. Yeesh. Oh, this guy's still out there. I think this is a decent player. Let's see what my scout recommends. Jack Losh, high school center fielder. I think I like the last guy better. Yeah, so on the right is Michael Lippy. He's got better contact. This guy's got better home run. Yeah, they're pretty similar players. What about their range? 60 to 55. Neither of them can play infield. Pretty similar players, I think. Losh is a lefty. I think I like my guy, Lippy, better. I don't mind this guy either. He's got good leadership, work ethic. Let's look at the pictures real quick just to see what's going on over here. And we'll check the two-way players too. Okay, so you have some okay. I mean, this is not a bad. That's not a bad high school pitching prospect right here. Oh, $9 million bonus. Yeah, forget that. I don't like your 3 pitches enough. No, I don't really like you. I'm unmoved. But if I wanted a pitcher, who would he recommend? No, thank you. Yeah, so I think I am going to go with Michael Lippy. Where is he on this scale? Oh, he's basically a 45, which is, there's only 4 guys above that right now. Oh, let me check something though. So I'm on the pitchers, but I have my batters up. So it doesn't look like there's any good batters, guys listed as batters who are good pitchers. Let's check the opposite. So I'm going to go under pitchers. I'm going to go to my hitting draft categories, like this guy. Yeah, I mean, he's fine. No like dominant two-way player here, at least sorting by contact. And you got some guys who are going to hit for power, but the rest of their tools are pretty bad. Yeah, there's no like great two-way player here. So yeah, I'm going to draft Lippy. The pay. Great power, great contact potential. He's only 18. His bonus demand is only 150,000. It's crazy what I've gotten away with here with the bonus demands. So that was our second round pick. That's right, because the last one was not our second. It was a supplemental round. All right, so let's get to, this is our third round pick. Scouting director recommends. Still with the Jack Losh. I don't mind this guy. I might draft him. Don't love the ground ball hitter. Don't love that he's got low intelligence. This guy with the 65 power potential. He's got a high work ethic. He's a leader. Signability is impossible. No, thank you. 60 power potential here. Wasn't I looking at this guy earlier? Yeah, I mean, I don't love his defensive profile, but whatever, man. Like, you figure that out. All right. Chris Maldonado. Pretty good contact and avoid Ks. He at least has a defensive home, which I think is a point up for him over Dominguez. Yeah, I think I like Chris Maldonado best. I mean, he's really only a second baseman / corner outfielder, but I'm going to go for him over Jack Losh. All right, scouting director now recommends Tyler Goff. Yeah, I don't have a lot of love for him. I know I've just been going hitter, but I don't know. I don't see a lot that I want out there in terms of pitching. Still really like this guy, to be honest. I mean, to get this kind of bat potential in what are we in, 4th round? Let me just check pitchers. He's only got 2 pitches. Let's look at starters only. Yeah, there's not a lot out here in terms of starters. Miles Jansen, he was a player in one of my OSIM, I think, that I drafted. I don't mind him. I might draft him maybe next time. Maybe next round, but I kind of like who did I like? Adrian Dominguez. Yeah, let's draft him. As a reminder, it's this guy. This is a great bat with good work ethic. In the 4th round to get that kind of potential all day. Oh wow, Jack Losh is still out there. Did not expect that since they didn't recommend him last time. Heck yeah, I'll take this guy. All right, so that's the end of the 5th round. I can't believe how low we are on the slots. I mean, we've got what, maybe $3 million, and I think our slot estimate was like 14. I'm really happy with this draft. I mean, I know it's all position players, and none of them are like shortstops or center fielders, but I mean, Cam Collier is a third baseman who could hit a ton of home runs. Excited about that. Juan De La Cruz, I think, could play second. He could maybe be your backup shortstop and play once a week there. He could play left field, right field. And this bat, this contact and avoid Ks with the good work ethic, like, bring it on, man. Michael LePay, corner outfielder, good bat, 55 contact, 55 power. Very happy with that pick. Chris Maldonado, I think maybe could play second base. I think could play left or right field, and looks like a really good bat with a high work ethic. Of course, all of these guys are high school bats, which I don't love, but we definitely went for ceiling here. And maybe that's because I have a highly favored tools scout. Like, what does OSA think of this guy? They're a good bit lower. I mean, the power 50 versus 60, the contact 40 versus 50. But Adrian Dominguez as a 4th rounder, 115th overall, high work ethic, might be limited to first base. Maybe he could play third, left, and right like once a month each or something. But man, I love this pick for a 4th rounder. And then the 5th round, of course, we went Jack Losh, who has a high work ethic, low intelligence, can play left or right field pretty well. That's the only places he can really play. He could maybe be your backup center fielder, but possibly a above average power bat. Yeah, I'm really happy with this draft so far. I'll play out the rest on my own, but those are our first 6 picks, and we did it all cheaply and not even like intentionally necessarily. So I'll skip ahead the rest of the draft and pick.
All right, so I am up to July 4th now. We're 43 and 35. The White Sox, Tigers, and Twins are all in a cluster right behind us. Guardians, I think, safe to say they're not in the race this year. So we went 13 and 13 in June. We've started July 1 and 2. Runs scored, we're 7th. Runs allowed, we're 5th. Defense is climbing up the rankings. Not enough strikeouts. And like no strikeouts here. We're basically the Royals in real life this year, who have like more. I think this is very similar to them. They're like first in like balls in play so far this year because they never strike out at the plate, but they also don't strike anybody out. So I like the first part of that. The second part of that, though, we need to change. This pitching program needs a bit of a makeover. So international free agent signing came. I signed a guy. So how sometimes people post on the Out of the Park Reddit and they're like, I just signed the best prospect ever from international free agents. Well, next time you see that post, you just send them to this part of this video. And you can say, no, you didn't, because Pat did. Yeah, Jesus Cuevas, who, yes, we might be calling Jesus at some point. I mean, a little tongue-in-cheek that he's the best prospect you've ever seen, but 4 of the 5 tools potential is 70 or up. I mean, he's got no 80 tools. And I know he's 15, right? Like, he's likely to, like, it's still more likely that he doesn't make the majors, but high work ethic, high intelligence, and this, like, I don't care if you have 0 range, dude. Welcome aboard. I'll DH this guy, obviously, if he's the best hitter in the history of the game. So, yeah, take that, Out of the Park Reddit people. Your prospect's not as good as mine, Jesus Cuevas. So what else is going on with the team, man? Like, let me just see if there are any. Oh, I thought that said John Means at first. I don't understand why this is happening this year. Players on minor league contracts are released and they're like designated for assignment. Not quite sure what's causing that. Injured list. So Carlos Hernandez is almost back. Dylan Moore went out. He's out for 5 more weeks with a concussion. I think that's all that's new on that for you all. So I am going to make a waiver claim here. Not the batters. Caleb Smith is out there. Shout out to my Diamondback sim. I mean, dude, like, he's got a plus slider, a plus fastball, plus changeup, plus stuff. Like, he's going to go right into my rotation. He hasn't had a great year. But, I mean, his ERA plus is 104. His FIP minus is 114. It hasn't been a bad year. He's been walking too many people for sure. 6.4 per 9 in 43 innings. But if he can get that under control a little bit, man, like, he's going to be a good starter for me. I don't have a very good starting staff. On the batter side of things, Souza isn't, like, interesting anymore, right? Nah, that, like, contact and avoid Ks is kind of a disaster, even if his home run power and eye is good. Jake Fraley is kind of like an all-around dude. I don't know that he's an upgrade anywhere. We do need to upgrade. It's July 4th. You know, shout out to the Out of the Park development team, because I feel like the trade engine is better again this year. I feel like the last 2 years, the trade engine and just the AI in general has gotten smarter. Yes, there are still things, like, obviously it's not like playing against other humans, but man, I've been trying to look for a trade. Like, I would love to have a DH, like, put Pascantino back at first, bench Rooker's 62 WRC plus have himself, maybe DFA him, and have a beast of a bat at DH. I would love that. I would also love to bring in a really good starting pitcher to kind of front this staff. I think the team's in a position. I think we're playing a little over our heads, but if I can bring in the reinforcements, I'm going to do it. But there just hasn't been deals out there. There's just not much out there. For example, the trading block, I don't know, like Brandon Belt at $18.4 million. He's having a down year. CJ Crone, I really don't want him next year at 7.25. If he was a free agent this year, like, we could talk. Not that appealing. Jesus Aguilar, same thing. Well, it's a team option, I guess, for next year. It's a little better. But Nick Ahmed would be interesting if I needed shortstop. I'm surprised he's available with that range. Guys like him are hard to come by. Garrett Cooper, really no interest. Not a lot of interest in scope. JD Martinez is down here, but he's having a freaking terrible year. A 60 WRC plus. Strikeouts are up. Walks are down. I could see if it got closer to the deadline. There's not a lot else out there. I could see taking a chance on JD. And maybe, just seeing if we can catch lightning in the bottle. He can show his old form. They don't want much for him. I could see making that deal. Making a deal for him, considering the price and the pedigree. There's not the rest of these names. Not a lot appeals to me. Mitch Haniger's having a really bad year, 68 WRC plus, and he's been hurt. He's another guy who, like, based off of his track record, they want a little bit more for him, but based off of his track record, like, I might bring him in if things don't improve in terms of how the trade market looks. I did sign Tyler Anderson to a minor league deal. So I don't know. It's tough out here. Oh, why'd this dude get released? Who's he? Who released him? Oh, wait, but is the international free agents show up under those free agents? Now, this dude just didn't get signed? He entered Major League Baseball as an international free agent from Cuba. Lloydell Chappelle. What? Why is this guy still out there? Is he one of these guys? He's not here. I'm confused, man. Wait, how old is that guy? Oh, he's 20. Oh. I mean, yeah, please. Yes, I will sign you immediately. A minor league contract and optional signing bonus of 110. Yes. Yes, please come play for me. 20-year-old who already has tools in the 40s. Okay, cool, man. I like, yeah, okay. I am stunned that I stumbled across that. Don't even remember what I was saying at this point. Because all of a sudden I was like, who is this guy out here with the 55 potential? Like, I knew Conforto was, but he's out for the year, basically. But yeah, maybe Lloydell Chappelli Jr. will be in our starting lineup at the age of 20 before no, not really. But yeah, I guess I'd go for Haniger, or I'd go for JD Martinez if they end up nothing else better. And I do need to go claim Caleb Smith before I forget. I would be pretty pissed if I forgot to do that. Claim him. I mean, honestly, like, ratings wise, like, he's as good as like a pitcher I was hoping to get at the deadline. Sir Anthony Dominguez still a force. I mean, yeah, dude, look at that movement. And he's on waivers? Why is he on waivers? Has he had a bad... Oh, he's had a really bad year. 7.36 ERA. No, man, have you seen my bullpen? Yeah, we're absolutely claiming him. He's had a really bad year, but we're still claiming him. Dobnak has not pitched in the majors this year. Cingrani. Everybody remember Tony Cingrani? Cincinnati Reds ace. Yeah, he never really panned out for them, huh? Pretty decent year, his rookie year, but was never the same after that. Okay, well, let's just make sure we get those dudes off of waivers. I assume we will. Yeah, we've got Sir Anthony. Cool, man. This is great. Welcome aboard, Sir Anthony. What the hell is this? I don't understand why these minor leaguers keep ending up there. So we're going to go Sir Anthony there. Then who are we sending down? Oh, definitely Heasley. Yeah, definitely him. And then we put Sir Anthony on our roster. And we're just going to put him... Wait, what? Oh, Jesus. I picked the wrong guy. Dragged the wrong guy. I don't know who that guy is. All right, so we're going to put Sir Anthony on our roster. We're just going to let him pitch out of middle relief for now. Just like let that be his thing and see if he can get his season on track. That would be pretty sweet if he did. And then when Caleb Smith comes in, we'll figure something out. So we lost this game 4-3, huh? Oh, Kyle Hendricks, complete game loss. All right, let's see if we get Caleb Smith here on waivers. That should happen in the next day or two. Man, we've lost 4 in a row here. 5-1 loss. Bobby Witt Jr. went yard in the 8th. That was our only run. Singer went 5 innings, 1 run, but then Barlow and Garrett did not keep the gate closed. Somebody left the gate open. Is Caleb Smith still on waivers for another day, I guess? Yeah. Oh, dude, this guy signed. Yeah, man. Welcome aboard. He's in high A already. I don't know what's up with that, but... So the Orioles now have the top 2 prospects in baseball. 3 of the top 7. Yeah, man. The Orioles are coming in real life, in case you guys didn't know. Yeah. Jesus Cuevas is the number... shoot, I went to the wrong thing. Is the number 4 prospect in baseball. Yeah, dude. Check it out. This guy. So none of my draft picks are top 200. Wow. Cam Collier. I mean, dude is coming out 17 and smoking rookie ball. It was a 9th overall pick. This guy isn't a top 200 prospect? All right, sure. Yes, he is. So is this. Maybe he's not, but he's decent. Losh is down there ripping up rookie ball. I love this. De La Cruz. This was a draft pick, 16th rounder. Not doing anything yet. Ben Hernandez. This guy should probably be above rookie ball. Yeah, why is this guy in rookie ball? I'm going to address that later. Mazzucato. Yeah, he belongs in rookie ball for now. Yeah, dude, but the Jesus Cuevas era has begun. He's already the number 4 prospect in baseball. Alec Marsh is having a really nice season in AAA. He's only made 6 starts, but he's got a 2.61 ERA, a 3.05 FIP. I already promoted him from AA because he had a 3.05 ERA there, so he's number 81 prospect in baseball. He's going to be up at some point here soon. Caleb Smith time. Yeah. All right, we got a trade proposal from the Yankees. Oh, wow. Gleyber Torres for Adalberto Mondesi. I'm not going to do it because, Gleyber's out for 2 to 3 weeks with torn ankle ligaments, but he's just not as good defensively, and I don't know. Man. Gleyber. He just hasn't been himself in real life, since 2019. Since then, he's been like an average player. He's having a really good year this year out of the Parkland. I don't want to give up Mondesi, though. Mondesi has the 65 infield range. He's got the 70 outfield range. I've actually got him playing center field once a week, and I'm sure it's going poorly. Oh, he's only made 1 start there. He must have just done that recently. But I wonder. I mean, I'm not opposed to acquiring him. They kind of want. Okay, so they're looking to make a big trade, not anything else. Okay, but we did get back on in the winning ways. Merrifield the double, Benintendi the home run, Greinke only 3 innings. That's rough. Kowar 4 more innings, a .83 ERA, struck out 8 guys in 4 innings. Wow. Jackson Kowar's pitched really well in 21 innings so far. So, yeah, now we're gonna make room for Caleb Smith. Jake Brent's, his FIP and Sierra are way better than his ERA, but at a certain point, man, sorry, dude, I gotta send you down. So Brent's is down. Bubic will come in and be a middle reliever. We'll give him specialist in case we need somebody to come in as a lefty to face a lefty. That'll be him, and then we'll bring good old Caleb Smith onto the roster. Welcome aboard, Caleb. Dun, dun, dun. He's probably not our number 5 starter. He's probably much higher than that, but whatever. Not too worried about that where he falls. We're gonna make him an 85 pitch guy. I keep almost all my pitchers running between 85 and 95. When they're starting. The computer doesn't leave them in too long that way. That's right, we already looked at that. I think Caleb Smith might start this game, possibly. Well, he lost 7-3. He did. He went 4 innings and gave up 6 runs. Not necessarily the start we're looking for. Rooker went yard, averaged all the way up to 159. 44 and 38. You can feel it kind of slipping a little bit, went 7 games over 500, then 2 games, then 500, and now we're 2-5. I want to make a move. I want to make a trade. I don't know that I'm going to find it on the trade block. I might have to dig around more than that. Oh, Sonny Gray's on the trade block now. Team option for next year. Are the Twins? Well, they're 40 and 45. They're only 5.5 back from the wild card, only 6. They do have a lot of teams to catch, but I am surprised they'd be doing this that soon. I think they probably won a lot. No, obviously I would trade my center fielder who's hurt or the center fielder I claimed off of waivers. I think I'd trade either one of those guys for Sonny Gray. My scout doesn't like it. And then hitter-wise, anything more interesting out there now? Tony Kemp. He's having an okay season. He can play some outfield, which we need. Yeah, still not just blown away here. I'm wondering like when Carlos Correa will go on the on the trade block. All right. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. I'll update here close to the trade deadline. All right. So remember how a couple minutes ago I was kind of like, man, no trades out there. Like, what's going on? Well, more guys got added to the trade block, and it seemed like the prices got a little more reasonable as well. So we made 2 fairly significant trades. Yeah, I'd say they're definitely significant trades. So let's go to the transaction log here. You'll be able to see both of them. So the first trade was this. We traded for Josh Bell to come in and be our first baseman, having a great season with a 137 WRC plus. He's a free agent after the year. I actually haven't even looked at what he's looking for in extension. He won't come back. That's fine. Probably wasn't planning on extending him anyways. And we also got Will Harris, who is a very talented reliever. He'll be a free agent. He's 37. He's not having a good year, but you know we'll see what he can do for us. He'll be in our bullpen. Now, what did we give up? We give up 3 pitchers. This guy, Anthony Simonelli, who I don't really see as much of a prospect. We also gave up Charlie Neuweiler, who plenty of teams were interested in him. He was where for us? He was in high A, and he was pitching well. He had a 2.51 ERA, 3.07 FIP. But I don't know. I just didn't see he wasn't a guy worth stopping the trade for. Marcelo Martinez, similarly, he was in AAA, AA and AAA this year. Pitched well in AA and then struggled in his brief time in AAA. But at 25, extreme fly ball pitcher, only throws 91. We're fine giving him up. So that was the deal for Bell and Harris. And then the next deal that we made was for Mike Clevenger from San Diego. Now, why were the Padres looking to give up Clevenger when they're hanging on to the last wildcard spot? I don't know. Do I know that some of you wouldn't make this trade because you try to make it realistic for the team you're trading with? Yeah, I know that. Sometimes I do that too. Josh Bell, by the way, leading the NL in home runs and RBI at the time of the trade. But basically, I don't know, man. AJ Preller's wild. Like Clevenger's on an expiring deal. I could see the Padres doing something where they do this and then bring in other guys. They do all kinds of creative things. So realistic, probably not, but oh well. And then, sorry, I had to pause there. My daughter is sleeping. I have the monitor. She's supposed to be asleep for like at least another 45 minutes, and she just like randomly sat up in her crib. So that's an interesting decision. But anyways, we gave up Ryan Weathers, who actually the Padres had cut earlier this year, and then we picked him up. I think he's still a decent pitching prospect, to be honest. But we were fine giving up a guy we'd signed as a free agent. Cameron Williams is not a future major leaguer, I don't think. Be surprised if he is. Nathan Eaton, I think he could be a major league outfielder. He was in AA doing okay, and then went to AAA and struggled so far this year. And then Carter Jensen, I think this is probably the biggest piece that I gave up. But I think between Weathers and Jensen, like they got 2 decent players, 2 decent prospects, and I think Eaton could be like a 4th or 5th outfielder too. So yeah, I mean Jensen, he's 19, he's really raw. How did they get him? 3rd round in 2021. He's really raw, but I think he's a first baseman. He's not a catcher, at least if he was on my team. But he could develop into a decent hitter, I think. And he's a fly ball hitter. Maybe get some more pop in his bat. Yeah, I think he's a pretty decent prospect to get in a trade on a rental. So Mike Clevenger will come into our rotation. Be the number 1 starter. That boots Caleb Smith, who we claimed off of waivers, to the bullpen. We did DFA Clay Holmes because he was just struggling, man. Lots of walks. We sent down Jackson Kowar as well, even though it just basically he had options. He'd been pitching really well, like super well. He had a .78 ERA and a 2.54 FIP in 23 innings. He'll be back up. As soon as we need somebody, he will be back up. But it was just an option year thing. I didn't want to DFA a second guy from my bullpen that I could maybe use just because Kowar's been pitching well so far. So Josh Bell comes in as our starting first baseman now. Pasquantino will DH against righties with Melendez playing every 4 days. Against lefties, Pasquantino will find himself on the bench. He'll DH every 7 days. I don't know why these are at never. So Melendez will be the starting DH against lefties. So yeah, that's the squad. Is Clevenger like ready to pitch? Is he? No, he's not going to pitch this day. But let's. So we've got Detroit. So let's get up to Cleve's first start. All right, I don't understand why this is happening when guys are getting DFA'd off their minor league team, and then I have to come in and release them. It's a lot of fun. So we won 3-2. Oh, I got a trade proposal. So they want this center fielder who I would be okay trading, but I don't really know that I want or need Brian Shaw. Yeah, no, I don't need to do that. So did Greinke pitch well? Is that who pitched in this game? Yeah, 5 2/3. Oh, Will Harris pitched. Cool. Josh Bell do anything? He went 1 for 4. Melendez went deep. He caught that game. Okay, cool. All right, I think this might be Clev pitching here. We lost 2-1. Oh, Bell didn't get the start. Maybe we faced a lefty. I mean, a righty. Yeah, I don't know. So Clevenger went 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 walks, 8 Ks, 2 runs. So not a bad outing. Sir Anthony Dominguez got in, another waiver claim. So are the Tigers like in it? Like, are these games super important? Yeah, they're 2 games back. I'd say they're pretty important. Let's finish out this series. Let's see how we do here. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me DFA these minor leaguers who were never on my 40-man to begin with. Oh, Daniel Lynch is eligible to come off the IL. So rehab assignment to minors. Boom. Okay, and we won this game 3-1. Brad Keller pitched some excellent ball for us. Josh Bell went 1 for 4 with a double and a ribby. Melendez DH'd. Yeah, it would be really nice if Nicky Lopez picked it up. Oh, he has picked it up. He's all the way up to a league average hitter at this point. Good for you. I will not besmirch your name any further. Alford has not been doing great since he came over, but he's just filler. Barlow got the hold. Garrett got the 1-out save. So I think now I'll end this episode after the trade deadline. So I think I'll just kind of inch ahead a little further and see if there are more moves to make. Pitching staff wise, I'm pretty comfortable. Yeah, like I could see possibly bringing in another arm to bump like Smith or Bubic down to the minors, but I don't necessarily have to do that. I don't think. Sure, I'd love another bat. Where would I fit another bat though? I guess, Whit Merrifield. Oops, wrong guy. Whit Merrifield has had a pretty disappointing year. He's just got a 90 WRC plus. I could always put him in a super utility role and bring in like a big bat for right field. I guess that's an option. Like what? Let's see. Let's just do trade block first. So I'm not going to dig deep here, but let's just look at what outfielders are out there. So AJ Pollock is the top guy. He's like got to be super fragile, right? Yeah. Oh, he's having an awesome year though. He's got another year on his deal. It's a player option. I think he might opt out with the year he's having. Michael Brantley is a really good hitter, not a great fielder. Cole Calhoun, is he having a good year? No, not really. Robbie Grossman is not doing anything too special. Has Haniger picked it up at all? No, man, he's having a really rough year. Manny Margot for Tampa? Nope. I mean, JD Martinez, man, he's having a bad year. That is crazy. 66 WRC plus. Yeah, I don't know that there's like a bopper out there for us right now that I would go for. Even under all hitters, I don't think, I don't need a catcher. I don't need to bring in Yasmani Grandal or Wilson Contreras. Jose Abreu has been out of the trade block. I don't think he was out there earlier. Maybe he was. Where are the White Sox? Why? Like, why do you have Jose Abreu on the trade block and Grandal? Like, why are you punting? You're a half game out of the division lead. You're in a wild card spot. That's a decision. So yeah, hopefully we can. We're just +6 in the run differential. Hopefully we can get some more offense now. Um, but I'm gonna kind of again inch ahead towards the trade deadline and go from there. All right, so it's August 1st. Trade deadline has come and gone. You might notice a new name here in the lineup. We went out and got JD Martinez. Really just felt like this team needed more hitting. Now, the thing that was tricky was, I felt like I needed a DH, but Melendez was playing at DH like twice a week, and he's playing at catcher too, and he's been my best hitter. So I felt like I needed another bat. Also felt like my bench was really weak. So what I did was I got Martinez, and that will you can see, for example, here against righties and lefties is similar. Like Melendez is playing every 5th day at catcher, every 4th day at DH, and Sal Perez, I'm going to try some starts at first base. I don't think he's played there yet. No, he hasn't. But basically what this will do is Melendez will be on the bench, Pascantino will be on the bench, and then every so often, Perez will be on the bench, JD Martinez will be on the bench. So it gives me a good bench bat, plus Pascantino as my second bench bat. He's really slumped here in the, I guess, June and July. April and May, he was one of my best hitters. So JD Martinez has had just a miserable year with a 66 WRC plus for Boston. We're going to hope that he was super upset. He was upset about everything, the team record, transactions, because he was on the trade block. He's still angry about his performance, but hoping that he can bounce back. Boston retained 60% of the deal. It's the last year of his deal. And so what was the trade? So I traded Yohanzi Morel, who was a minor league pitcher who was in A-ball for me. You could see he was pitching pretty well, 2.74 ERA, 3.83 FIP. He's only 21. With a little improvement, I think you could see a major league pitcher here, especially because he's only 21. He was really the only. They wanted like a somewhat legitimate prospect for him, and this Morel was definitely the worst. I was able to talk them into giving me Tyler Esplin as part of the deal, who looks like an outfield power bat. Like, the contact and avoid Ks say that he's probably not going to make the major leagues for me, I'd say, unless he can improve those a little or really just become like an all-out power guy. But he's been in high A for the Red Sox this year. He's in double A for me. He's about league average in high A as a 23-year-old, just turned 23, so I guess 22-year-old really, which isn't great. But so that was the trade. So we've got Bell in, we've got JD Martinez in. We'll have Dylan Moore coming back from injury in about a week from his concussion, so he will come in and replace Ivan Castillo, who's been just kind of okay. Michael Taylor will be back at some point. How much longer is Michael Taylor out for? Michael Taylor is out for 3 more weeks, so he'll be back at some point. Oh, and Kyle Hendricks is hurt too, which is a bummer. So Michael Taylor will come back, and I imagine at that point we'll move on from Anthony Alford. Maybe we'll option Isbell. I don't know. He hasn't been terrible. I mean, considering, his bat has been pretty bad. His bat hasn't been adequate, but his fielding's been good, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, the zone rating actually for 45 games, it's not that high for a guy with a range as high as his. But we'll see. I might keep him around because he has a good insurance option. Maybe we'll send down Isbell, who's just kind of been and he's got 2 option years left. So let me just show you. So the pitching staff now, I might not have shown you all of these things, but you saw the Clevenger trade. Caleb Smith is my 5th starter right now while Hendricks is out, who I claimed off of waivers. Sir Anthony Dominguez was off of waivers. Harris came in the Bell trade. Jackson Kowar is back up. So that's the squad that we'll try to make do with here. We are up on the White Sox by half a game. The White Sox are tied for the second wildcard spot with the Astros, but the A's are below 500 and 4.5 back. So we're in decent position, even if we don't win the division. We're in decent position to secure a playoff spot. We're kind of in the driver's seat here. What do they say? In control of our own destiny. So, anyways, we will pick up, I think, at the end of the season with the next episode. But that's all for this one. So let's go Royals. Let's try to bring home a postseason berth and see where it goes from there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.